Good morning. Hopefully you can see and hear us okay. Pip and Michael here today to continue on with our Drawalong theme of rodents this term, where today we are going to be studying this guy, the prairie dog, and learn a bit about what they are, how they function, their habits, where they live, all that kind of thing. So if you are watching live, please feel free to say hello so that we know that you are here. It's a nice sunny day today, so I'm expecting it to be a quiet one today. I imagine that some of you might be out and about, some of our regulars. But yeah, if you are watching live, let us know, give us a hello. So I'm going to share some facts to begin with on the prairie dog, just to give people an opportunity to get in and settled. Prairie dogs are members of the, oh dear, that's a Latin word, Sciuridae family. Probably said that wrong. And are closely related to ground squirrels and chipmunks. They're a bit larger than their relatives, ranging from 28 to 33 centimetres in length and weighing up to 1.7 kilograms. Though not as long and fluffy as ground squirrels, prairie dogs have tails with different colouring depending on their species. Two species of prairie dog are named for their tail colours, the black-tailed prairie dog and the white-tailed prairie dog. Other species have tails with both white and grey colouring. So, just mentioned that there's different species of prairie dogs. I'm going to read out the 5 different species of prairie dogs. You've got the Gunnarson's prairie dog, the white-tailed prairie dog, the black-tailed prairie dog, the Mexican prairie dog, and the Utah prairie dog. So looking at our reference image here, we may have a black-tailed prairie dog because he's got a little black tip to his tail. Hi Farron, and hi, this is Susie, but I know it's not Susie, but I can't remember your name, I'm so sorry. So, my first challenge of the day is the fact that this picture, this reference image, is the wrong way round for my liking. This is a totally personal habit, but I prefer to draw animals with the head on the left and the body's going to the right. And I don't even know what it is, why that is, because what difference should it make, really? I think it's like just a psychological block for me. So I'm going to struggle a little bit, just getting started. So bear with me. I'm just going to set up and start sketching. I'm doing mine landscape. I think it makes more sense to draw a landscape with this image, because we've got the whole body going that lengthways. You haven't said hello, Michael, have you?
Hello.
Yeah, okay. We won't hear from him now. So I'm going to sketch in lightly the shape of the head, the shape of the body, making sure I leave room for the tail because I think it's significant because I think it's a black tail. Prairie dog. You can't quite see his back leg, but you can see a little foot in the sand there. I'm already can see that my head is far too small, so I'm going to have to go and adjust that in a second, but I'm just going to sketch out roughly. Hello Dawn, is that Candice watching? And Jo says hello everyone as well. Yep, so already. Oh, and you'll be pleased to know, remember my black pencil from last week? Ta-da! So, because that actually really cramped up my hand last week using that, so yeah, I've got a new black pencil and a new putty rubber. Again, if I haven't introduced you to these, if you're getting into your artwork, putty rubbers are really, they're much better than your standard eraser. They're mouldable, which makes them great for if you're like trying to put in highlights to a picture, because you can actually make them any shape you like, but they work much better than a standard eraser, so I'd recommend one of those if you haven't got them. I probably started slightly too far over the right of my page on here, but so long as I can get all the features in. Okay, that roughly speaking is the start of my prairie dog, and then I can sort of go in and start adding in the other details. So, how you doing, Michael? You don't look like you're doing well. Deep breaths. So now I'm going to plot in where the eye would be. You've stolen me rubber, I need it. I'm not going to plot it now, I'm going to get the shape of the head better. Oh, it is Candice. Hello! And little nose. Little rodent-y mouth. Looks quite squirrel-like in the face, I think. Which again makes sense because it's part of the rodent family. The eye's too far back again. Well, I don't know why I'm struggling with the placement of the eye so much today, but I am. Oh dear. Do you know what it is? I think I've done the head too big now. I've made it too small to begin with. I'm just going to try again. Maybe get it right this time. I'm rushing now. Good morning from Holly as well. There's something not quite right about this today. Hi, sorry it didn't load for me, so what's happening? What's happening is we're drawing a prairie dog. Well, trying to. I'm failing a bit at the moment. Told you it's like a psychological block because the animal is facing the wrong way for me and my head just can't cope with it. Something very wrong and I can't figure it out. If anyone else can see what it is I'm doing wrong, let me know. Critique me. The face is too wide here. We'll go with that. We'll go with that, else I could be here all day. Good morning, Pip. I think that's Bean and Bud and Kirsty. Right. We'll go with that. I might be able to correct things as I go along when I start adding tone and more detail to the eye and stuff. I don't know what it is that's going on with me today. So now I need to get in the details like the little claws on his paws and stuff. You can just see them. I might zoom into my picture so I see them a bit better. Michael keeps huffing and puffing by me, so I think he's having the same sort of morning as me so far. Not going quite well? You're not feeling it today?
I've just basically tried sticks as his arms.
And then I can see something that resembles the back feet. He's got longer toes on his back feet. Again, think of a squirrel. It's quite similar to that. So although we can't see everything very clearly, we can sort of make good judgments on what it should look like. Something like that. Flat top of his head as well. Why does it look wrong? Bud says prairie dogs are so cute. Abby says mine looks stubborn. He's like, nope, I would not do what you want me to do.
Mine
Does it? Mum's having trouble with the head too. We haven't started yet, so we better get on with it. Yeah, I'm glad it's not just me today.
looks like another version of Hitler.
Maybe let's not go down.
He's got a little mini
I think the
mustache.
eye might be too low down on my face. I don't know. Something is not right. Ah, it's driving me mad. We all get days like it where things don't quite go how we want them to. I mean, again, I feel like it's just not in the right place. This could break me today. Just occurred to me, the microphone is nowhere near us at the moment, so you might not have been able to actually hear me stressing out. which is probably not a bad thing. Right, deep breaths. That eye is definitely not in the right place. It needs to go like that. There we go. Right, I've got it. I can see the angle now. Got it. See? Sometimes you just got to persist. That feels better to me. We'll go with that. That'll do. Okay. We've got an outline of a prairie dog, finally. God, it's taken me 12 minutes to do that. That's a lot longer than it normally takes. What about some of these other rough lines? Whilst I'm here. Holly says she can't believe the prairie dog is standing over a hole. He is, isn't he? That must be from his burrow. Joe said, I think it's the nose because it blends in with the sand behind. It's hard to see the face. It's slightly longer and with a curved dip as you move down towards the nose. Yeah, there was a bit there. You're right. Mine looks like a monkey, squirrel, prairie dog and chipmunk. Well, you know, I mean, that's exciting. Might not be a prairie dog study, but like a mythical creature that you've just made up. I've done his tail completely wrong angle. If I don't correct it now, it's going to confuse me. Alright, okay. Let's just go for it, shall we? So, I'm going to start with the eye. So, I reckon no, do I want to start with the eye? I think actually what I want to do is get a base colour down, add the water, and then be able to put the fur texture in again later. Like I used to do last term, I think it was, I started doing that. So I'm going to start with like a sandy colour. I'm not worrying too much about fur texture because I'm going to add that in a bit. It's more about just getting the colour down on the page, building it up in layers. Using the side of my pencil to do that. Remembering to leave like highlights and white where the fur is much lighter. So I've got almost like a cream colour at the moment, sort of, for the underbelly and the insides of the arms and stuff that you can see. And I need darker shades as well, and that's going to be too dark. I'm going in with a grey. You can see some flecks of black fur, but I'm going to do it as a grey base, and then when it's dry, probably go over with the black pencil to create the fur lines. I said, I forgot my water, no! I did too, I had to send Michael to get me some. These little grey claws as well, kitten. grey on the top of his nose, I can see. I did henna on my mum's foot today. I've got my hand on as well, but I didn't do it. It turned out okay. But seeing as it's my first time, well done. I used to play with henna a lot. It's good fun as an artistic medium. I do like that. Without the permanency of a tattoo, I think it's a good thing to sort of experiment with. I'm going to risk it with a little bit of black at this point. Oh dear. Yeah, I do need to get a bit of a move on because I need to get the water on this page and have enough time for it to dry in order to be able to add in the other details. So I'm going to jump to that. I'm a bit worried I'm going to run out of time. Obviously I've had two browns, one looks darker and the other's lighter, but on the page they look the same. There's literally no difference at all. That's weird and annoying, isn't it? What brand of pencils is that, if you don't mind my asking, Abby? Abby, yeah, you missed it at the beginning. Is that a new black pencil I see? It absolutely is. I actually bought two, so I've got a spare now. But I'll probably lose one because that's what I do. How you getting on, Michael, now?
Good.
Yeah. Oh no! I slipped with the paintbrush. That's not ideal. So I'm just going to finish doing the body and then I'll share some more facts and then buy me a bit more time for the paint to dry. Well, it says it's I don't know how to say, the Stadler pencils. They're quite a good brand as well. I'm surprised that you've got two that look the same colour even though they're not. Okay, so some more facts, because that's the base of the paint down for me. They're known for making complex burrows underground, and we can see that from the reference picture that there's this reference guy is standing over a burrow, where they sleep throughout the year and stay warm during the winter. During the moderate months, they spend most of the day foraging for their foods of choice, which are leafy plants, seeds, grasses and roots during the fall. They stay close to their burrows to use them for shelter when a predator comes within range. Loud cries, similar to a dog's bark, alert other colony members to the danger and signal them to take cover. While colonies consist of hundreds of millions of prairie dogs, they do live in smaller family groups within these colonies. These groups contain one male, a few females, and their young. Families hunt together, share food, groom each other, and even play together. Mating happens in late winter or early spring, and females give birth to litters of up to 10 babies at a time after just 1 month of pregnancy. Prairie dogs serve their ecosystems by sharing their burrows with various other organisms. Snakes, owls, camel spiders, insects, rabbits, and even their own predators like black-footed ferrets can all be found living in prairie dog burrows. These burrows also promote water flow underground, which can benefit other animals and even humans living in dry areas. The act of digging burrows is environmentally beneficial because it stimulates the soil and encourages plant growth. There you go. Of the 5 species of prairie dog, 2 are listed as endangered, which is the Utah prairie dog and the Mexican prairie dog. Both have very small ranges. The Utah prairie dog is in Utah and the Mexican prairie dog in Coahuila. Yeah, I can't pronounce that. Nuevo Leon and San Luis Potosi. Their numbers are continuing to decline as human activities threaten their habitats. The other 3 species, the black-tailed prairie dog, the Gunnarsson's prairie dog and the white-tailed prairie dog, are listed as least concern. However, all 3 also show decreasing population trends and suffer from a range of threats such as disease, habitat loss, predation and human activity. The different species of prairie dogs live in different areas throughout North America, so we'll find all the species in North America. The Mexican prairie dog lives in a small pocket of land in the middle of Mexico. The range of the Utah prairie dog has declined by about 90% over the past century, and it now inhabits an area of just 28 square kilometres in the state of Utah. So presumably because of human activity, they've lost their range, which is then explained why their numbers have declined. Gunnarsson's prairie dogs live in Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico and Utah, and white-tailed prairie dogs can be found in the Rocky Mountain valleys of eastern Wyoming. The black-tailed prairie dog is both the most well-known and widespread species. They can be found anywhere from the Canadian prairies of Saskatchewan to northern Mexico. All 5 species live in grassland habitats that can sustain their herbivorous diets and sleep underground in elaborate interconnected burrows. Some prairie dog towns or colonies can cover hundreds of acres and house millions of prairie dogs. There we go, quite fascinating. Starting to dry, so I'm going to work on the eye and then the details of the feet, and then I should be able to go back to the fur detail and add in more tone there as well. Joe's writing it down for me. Saskatoon or Saskatoon? Anyways, that. I should practice these things before I go live, really. But I like to wing it. And I don't think it'd make any difference. I'd forget by the time I came back to doing it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
How are we all getting on though, guys? Are we winning with the prairie dog today? Not feeling it? Nope, Abby's not feeling it. Oh man. Candy says, mine's looking so good, Pip. Thank you. I'm still not sure about this eye. Still doesn't look quite right to me. I think I do it too big. And there's not a lot I can do about that now. It's going to have to stay big. It almost makes it a little bit cartoony because it's like exaggerated features.
I don't even know what mine looks like anymore.
Is it recognisable as a prairie dog, do you think?
No.
No. Oh, no. Not your best work then.
I've had much better work.
I'm doing well, thanks. Actually, I'm enjoying this one from Dean. Holly says, I've got 1,000 pencils in her to use pile. As in, for this picture, you've got 1,000 pencils that you want to use.
Huh?
I mean, there is a lot of tone in the fur, to be fair. You can see I've gone into deep concentration mode because I'm trying to do the details. Still feel like the tone isn't quite right on the head, but we'll come back to that. I can't keep adding to it whilst it's wet. It makes it very difficult for me to work on top of. Have a darker brown rather than a black. It's not so harsh then. fur here. I'm aware that I've put off doing the paws. I always do this because I find them tricky to do, so I kind of leave them to the end and then have to rush them, which doesn't help me. So I'm going to make myself do them now. And this is why I work on a device rather than a printout, because I can then enlarge in and see a bit better what it is I'm doing. I really should have set aside the colour that I used for the body, because now I'm guessing for the paws and it's not the right colour. There's some more grey and darker tones, I think, in the body. See that black fur showing up? The page is quite dry now, so let me do it. If it was still wet, the pigment would be so strong and it would dominate. So that's why I have to let it dry a little bit. Why do they have small ears when they are in a hot climate? Usually animals in hot places have large ears and animals in cold places have small ears. That's a very good point. I mean, I would say, having kept guinea pigs and stuff in the past, with a rodent like this, it looks like that. Oh no, no, it is fur covered. I'd have said if it wasn't fur covered, then having a large ear would probably mean it's at risk of being sunburnt. That's a good point. If anyone's free and can Google what's the, you know, how well do prairie dogs hear as well, because I wonder if that makes a difference. And is it, do they rely on their sense of sound, or is it their sense of sight that they rely on? Or even feeling vibrations through the floor and the burrows, maybe. I don't know. Don't know that much actually on them. So if anyone can do additional research and share it with us, that would be cool. Abby, can we do guinea pigs again? I love guinea pigs. We haven't scheduled guinea pigs. What have we got next week? Oh, field mouse next week. What have we got left? Field mouse, a beaver, classed as a rodent, and a chipmunk. That's it. But if you did want to do the guinea pig, it is on YouTube, I believe. So if you wanted to revisit the guinea pig, even if it's one that you've already done, it's good to revisit. I've said this before, especially because that was quite a while ago. And if you've still got your original drawing that you did from it, you can sort of do a comparison, see how far your artwork has come along. Have we done capybaras? Yes, we have. Yep. So again, on the YouTube channel, that would be another rodent that you can add to the mix of this term. Oh, Joe, well done. One reason is to limit risk from dirt and debris getting in there when the winds kick up and when they burrow. Oh, that's a good reason. That makes sense. And it also reduces heat loss. Okay, so I imagine in these desert climates, although they can be very hot during the day, at night those temperatures can really plummet. So there we go. Thanks, Joe. And Candice's research as well. Hi, Pip, to answer your question, in research that prairie dogs have excellent hearing, particularly at low frequencies, which is crucial for detecting predators. Awesome, thank you. So despite having little ears, they have a good sense of hearing, which they need to protect themselves and the rest of the colony. Might actually be done quite early today. I don't know what's happened here. Did I do this last week as well?
I think it's only like 10 minutes early.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was early, but
Considering I had a slow start because I couldn't get his face right. Where's my paintbrush? So we also have posted in the Drawalong group for the different themes, which have quick links to each video. Oh yeah, so if you didn't already join it, there's a closed community group just for Drawalong, and Joe has very kindly put on all the links of all the previous Drawalong. So if there was something you're specifically looking for, definitely worth having a look through those, because it might be. We worked out we've been doing Drawalong for 2 years now, so there's quite a lot. I think we've got nearly 100 Drawalongs. So there's a lot of content there. If you were
we
looking
need
to
an
carry on.
anniversary or something like
We need an anniversary.
that. Yeah.
I can hear a fly near your microphone. It's so annoying. You're telling me.
It's up here.
So irritating.
It's on the light. That's why.
Yeah.
But we don't have any doors open.
Don't know where he's come from, but he can buzz off. Oh, he's back again. I can hear him.
You get a fly swatter.
Right, feet. I haven't done the feet. Winning. I really don't think this is going to take me too much longer. I've just got to put some whiskers in really once I've done here with the fur texture. And I've read all my facts out, so yeah, I think we're going to be finishing a little bit earlier today. What time should we upload our drawings? As usual, between 1 and 3, but the closer to 1 o'clock, the better for Joe. Yeah, so as close to 1 o'clock as you can. So you're looking for the picture, this picture, my drawing, and you just upload it as a comment there. Abby says, I think I'm done. He's really weird. His name is John. Why John? That's a random human name for a prairie dog. Yeah, I don't know why you finished as well, Michael. This did seem like a quicker draw along today.
Finished it in about 45 minutes, so.
I don't know why. Considering we drew the whole body as well, it wasn't just his face. I think I'm done. You done as well, Michael? You signed it? Do you want to share your image? Maybe or no?
I'm not sure. It looks animated.
So you're cool.
Yeah.
So that's what you were going with. Go ahead, show me yours. This is, oh yeah, Michael always works from a different reference picture, and his reference picture was showing a very cute version of Prairie Dog with his paws up.
I still think it should have been better. It doesn't look right.
You spend a lot of time on your background, don't you?
Yeah.
I do nothing in the background. Abby said, perfect name. Love it that you name your drawings every week. That was in reference to Abby's John, the Prairie Dog. She said, I don't know, I looked at his face and he seemed like a John. But there's my Prairie Dog. So I think we're done. I could carry on dragging it out, but I get to that point where I risk ruining it. So I'm not going to do that. Yeah, we don't talk about the goldfish. So thanks for joining us this week. I know it's been a glorious sunny day for a lot of people, so I appreciate you hanging out with us. As has just been reminded, don't forget to upload if you want some feedback from Joe, or just comment in the community group and join that one and find the other links to all the other tutorials we've done as well. So next week is what did I say it was? Field mouse. Yeah, field mouse. So that'll be a nice little cute one. We'll definitely be drawing a whole animal for that one. And then we've just got the beaver and the chipmunk to finish off the academic year. So thanks for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you next week, or not really, but virtually be with you. And hope you have an awesome rest of the week. See you later, guys.